How's it going? Jase here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an online income stream using just Canva and AI. What we're going to do is we're going to self-publish a simple AI book onto Amazon. Now, when that book sells, Amazon takes care of everything and we collect a royalty. Now, you don't need to be a writer. You don't need to be an author. I'm neither of those, and my books make thousands of dollars. My best month was $50,000 in a month. So there's a lot of money to be made on this, and I'm going to give the exact process to follow as a complete beginner in this video. So it's going to be a good one. Let's get started. Let's just talk about real quick why most people that do this fail. Now, there's three main reasons that someone that creates an AI book and self-publishes it doesn't make any money. Now, the main reason that I see the most is they go after the wrong customer. So they go after this customer here who's barely spending any money on books, and they position their book there, and when that book sells, if it sells, they make very little profit. When it's actually very simple to find this customer here. It will take like 15 minutes to find a customer that is spending a lot of money on books, actively buying, and then it's just a case of positioning that book there. That customer will buy your book at a higher price, and it's a lot easier to make sales. Now, the second thing that I see that most people that start this do and they fail is, if you imagine this row 2 here, where you got all the books on Amazon, they put their book there in it, and the cover is very, very basic, simple title, simple cover, looks like everything else, nothing pops off. When it's really simple now to create an amazing cover using AI that like literally pops off the page, grabs the customer's attention, and then you make sales that way a lot easier as well. And the last thing is, if you imagine this is the published book here, what most people do is they take so long to create the book that they just give up. So they don't even publish the book, or it takes so long to publish the book. When they eventually do it, they just give up shortly after because it seemed like too much work. We're talking like days, weeks, months, when really you only need a few hours now to create a book. So you can create it in one day and publish it in one day. So then, what does it take to create a book that actually makes you a lot of money? Let me show you. So we'll go back to our drawing here. Let's just go over here. Okay. Just imagine this is your book. This triangle is your book. So there's three sides to making a book that makes you a lot of money. Okay. The first thing is the customer. The second thing, and I'm going to try and write at an angle here. Let me just do it this way so I don't completely mess it up. That's perceived value. That's meant to be a P, by the way. Perceived value. And the last thing is getting eyeballs on your book. If you do these three things over and over, you're in to make a lot of money self-publishing on Amazon. Right, so what does each of these look like? Let me break it down a little bit. So with the customer, what we want to do is we want to find a customer that's spending a lot of money on books. So I'm just going to put a little arrow there. So they're willing to spend a high price for your book. And the second thing is they're actively buying books right now on Amazon. The next one is perceived value. So let's look at what perceived value means. Perceived value is, first of all, you've got a title that's really good, really attractive for the customer. The second thing is you're showing that title with a very good cover design. More importantly, the typography. The typography looks really good, and the customer loves that sort of typography. It attracts them. And the last thing for this, I'm just going to put it here, the Amazon page. Now, when you publish a book, you kind of get a page for yourself. So you can add little things in it, like a good description, A+ content, which is kind of like graphics below. But what it is just giving the customer perceived value, a bit of an experience when they look at your book. And you get all these things right, the customer sees it as perceived value, they want to buy your book. And the last thing here is eyeballs. And that means the more people see your book, the more chance you have of selling it. And what does that look like? That's two things. You're either creating a lot of the same book, loads of different variations of the same book, talking to the same customer. So there's more chance that a customer will see one of those, and or you set up ads, which is very simple to do with Amazon, and that gets your book out to a lot more people a lot quicker. So this is the 3 things we need to do in order to create a book that makes a lot of money on Amazon and keeps making money. Okay, let me show you what a potential good customer looks like. I'm going to go over to Amazon now. I did an Amazon search for trivia books for seniors. Trivia books are very easy to create in AI. Just going to scroll down, looking at the books they're selling here. Typically a good price, around $12.99 to $14.99. Just going to select this one, trivia books for seniors here. We're going to have a look at how many times this book's selling and how much profit it's actually making. Okay, so the way we do that is I'm just scroll down here and we're going to look at the best sellers rank. This one here, best sellers rank of 11,656. Now I'll go to this site here. This will give me an estimate of how many times it's selling a day. So I'm just going to let's just put 12,000. So this book's selling 12 times a day. Now let's see how much profit it's making. So it's at $14.99, was it? Yeah, $14.99. I'm going to go to the KDP royalties estimator. It's like self-publishing. Gives you an estimate on how much profit it's making. Let's go put in the details here, see how many pages it is. 179 pages. It's a 6x9 book and it's priced at $14.99. Check how much profit it's making. It's making $5.85 per sale and it's selling 12 times a day. So let's do a quick math on that. $5.85 times 12 times. So this book is making in royalties $70 every single day for the person that's published it. So if we times that by 30 now to give a rough estimate, this one book's making $2,000 a month. And this person that's published it has done the work once, leaves it there. Amazon take care of everything, so they just collect a royalty every time it sells. So you can see the power when you pick the right customer. So let's talk about perceived value. Mostly in the title and cover. That's the bit that the customer's really going to see. I'm going to show you a quick example of one of my books that's made me thousands of dollars. Here's the cover, and let's just do a little bit of a deep dive into why this has made so much money. Now, in terms of perceived value, you can see the title there. It's got the word ultimate. When you say ultimate, it's almost like there's value in this, right? It's got trivia challenge, and I've also included smart kids. So it makes it giftable. So if you're going to buy this for your friends' kids, it's valuable to you because you're saying, oh, you've got smart kids, right? Then you see here, 600 questions. Again, giving perceived value. Now, this cover took minutes in AI, and the actual book took minutes as well because it's all like questions that I could create in ChatGPT. So it's not a case of making it hard on yourself. It's just thinking it through so you can give that customer a lot of perceived value. So they have very little reason to say no. They just want to buy it there and then. Okay, let's talk about the last part of the triangle, volume and ads. There you go. Now, the biggest mistake I see most beginners do when they start self-publishing AI books is they create one book for one customer, then they jump on to create another book for another customer. Now, that's could be because they're bored of creating for that one customer, want a bit of variety, or maybe the first book didn't sell, so they're jumping on to another customer. Now, that kills their chance of learning how to sell to this one customer, and it also kills your momentum because you have to relearn how to create a different book for a different customer. Now, the strategy that I use, and I've used this for years, and this has always made a lot of money, is just pick that one customer because we know that they've got a lot of money, and just keep producing books, different types of books, different styles, different titles, covers for that one customer. And this does two things. One, we learn more about that customer because with every book we're understanding it better. And then when one sells, we kind of work out there and then, oh, this is the type of book that they like buying. But also, you're creating volume of books in that one customer. You can create them a lot more quicker because you understand it well. Okay, it can get a bit boring, but it increases your chances of making sales. Now, ads is always a big one for when you're getting started because a lot of people think you've got to spend hundreds even thousands of dollars in ads. You can spend literally $10 to $20 on each book, or just one book, and that's enough to push it out there way past you would get normally, to give yourself a chance of making sales. And some of my books have a $20 a month spend and making $200 a month profit. So you can start with a very, very small ads budget. The key here is understanding the conversion. So if a book's converting really well, then you can keep the ads going. If it's not, then you can kill the ads. So those are the two things now, volume and ads. I'd recommend like doing them both to get eyeballs on your books, giving you the best chance of making sales fast. Okay, let's just do a quick summary of this, like a logical summary why this works so well. Just think now, we've picked a really good customer that's spending high amount of money on books and they're actively buying books. So we know this customer's got money for us. Then we're creating books with perceived value. So our books are very attractive for that customer to buy. So they're going to want our book already by just looking at the cover, title and Amazon page. Then the last part of the equation is we're producing a lot of books for that one customer. So not only are our books getting better at selling to the customer, but there's more of our books to sell to the customer. So that increases the chances. And then if we add ads to that, then Amazon is actively sending our books in front of that customer, giving us more chance of making sales. Creating a book with Canva and AI that actually sells is easier than most people think. If you want to start today, I've got a step-by-step beginner system that will take you from nothing to publishing your book today. Inside we'll get you a good book idea that's profitable. We'll create the cover and title for you. We'll create the interior for you, and I've got templates as well to make it very easy. And then we'll publish that book all in less than a day. And if you want, you can set up ads as well to drive sales to your book in the next 7 to 10 days. So if you're a complete beginner and you just want to take the guesswork and confusion out, this system's made for beginners to take them from nothing to publish their first book today, right now. Just click the link below and I'll see you inside. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more videos like this. Cheers.